Um, he he was interested in focusing on the moment of the Last Supper because it's one of the moments that has been talked about less in other films. It's more about the whole aspect of Jesus, but not exactly what was happening right in that moment. He wanted to concentrate on the story of betrayal. Um, and therefore the film is focused on the role of Peter and Jesus, and of course Judas for regarding the betrayal, and Caiaphas, who was in power in those moments and disliked Jesus. And then comes Mary Magdalene, the play I role, the play I role, the Mary Magdalene, the role I play. And unfortunately, my part had some scenes that didn't make it in the film. They were actually beautiful. There were scenes with Jesus, scenes with Caiaphas, with Judas. Hopefully, they will be inserted in other versions in the future. Um, or also, if there's going to be any DVDs
Yeah.
made, they're going to be in the extras, hopefully. Overall, it was a beautiful collaboration with all the cast. They were all very talented, very nice, very humble. Same as Mauro, everybody was very passionate about what they were doing. The take was more of a human take than a sanctified take. Also for Mary Magdalene, um, the approach that we had with Mauro was beautiful, very deep, very spiritual, and very much in sync with the sensitivity of the female sensitivity of that I quite often hear sons of mothers say how their mothers always had a great intuition about not foretelling the future, but had an intuition that something was going on or that something will happen, and kind of putting on guard everybody else in the family, or warning everybody else in the family, or just double checking if, is that intuition real or is that just me fearing something? And I kind of applied that in in Mary Magdalene, because she sees that something is happening in Jesus's psyche, in Jesus's ways. He's changed ways, and she's she feels that there's something big, a big change is going to happen, and she fears it, and fears of losing someone that she looks up to and loves, just like Peter and all his disciples. She was the 13th disciple. So um yeah, it was a very profound experience. It was
Yeah.
very beautiful.
And Natalie, how did this opportunity arrive in your doorstep? Is there a unique story about it? Was there a connection
Yeah.
with the director or movie or movie
Well,
director?
I just self-taped, um and it was August. And it was the day I self-taped, 2 days before I had to go meet my family and spend time with them. Um, so the first day I did the audition, I sent it over. My manager said they liked it. They want you to do it again, uh, but follow these directions. And the directions were just um, make it more dramatic, make it more less sanctified. She's not sanctified. She's as human as you can make it, do it. Oof. So I'm like, let me see if I can reach that level, because it was a very dramatic scene, which one day I will share in my social media. It took me a while to get in it. It took me the whole day. And then I was also questioning how, if I take this role, if they take me for this role, it means I will have to give up my vacations with my family. What do I do? And I was speaking to a friend, and she's like, "Well, do the best you can, and well, if they take you, you can always move your vacations with your family, or because of that, spend even more time with your family, because you will, have created something. You will feel fulfilled. You will, be a part of a film. You will settle down in your artistic world that is very unstable at times." I'm like, "You're right. Let me just do my best and let's see what happens." And then the second day I went to visit my family in Greece, I was told that they wanted me for the role of Mary Magdalene, and I had a nervous breakdown. I was in the car with my family coming back to the city from a little field trip. We had paid for all this vacation, and I felt so bad to tell this to my family, because I knew that everybody had organized things we had all organized things together. So it was tough. I I I didn't know how to say it. I just like cried. I'm like, I got the part. And they're like, "Why aren't you happy?" "Because I can't spend time with you now." And I remember that moment as like it was a shock, because I really didn't know what to do. It's like, what do I do? Do I choose family or work? It's a dilemma in that moment with such a beautiful role. What do you do? And everybody was supportive. They're like, "Go for it, do your best." And yeah.
When you landed the role, Natalie, did your agent tell you who was attached to the movie, or was that under wraps for later? And was that a nice surprise then when you heard the name Robert Knepper mentioned in terms of?
Actually, I did not know he was attached. I found out when I arrived on set the first day. I had to do wardrobe tryouts, and I saw his name, and also the other actors' names. And yeah, I was very happy, because I think they all fit in the role amazingly. They look so much in the part, and they're so talented. We had a marvelous scene with Robert. Oh my God, I can't wait for you guys to see it somehow, or maybe never, because it was great. It was so nice to work with him. It was just, it was just beautifully. We had a little rehearsal. We just had one scene together, but it was the one I had auditioned for. It was a big scene, and we got together at some point and we rehearsed it. And I had already a good feeling that the scene was gonna work out perfectly. But then at the moment we did it, it was every time we had to repeat, it would get better and better and better and better. And it was such a delight. It was such a delight.
And
It was
Natalie,
really good.
tell us about shooting in Morocco in terms of that. What was that like for a shot in terms of location? Was it in Casablanca? Whereabouts were you in Morocco in terms of shooting this movie?
We shot in Ouarzazate. It's a small town. Um, and it's most of it is studios. There are so many studios there. They've built many studios where many films were shot, including what's it called? That film in the Gladiator was shot there. We shot in the same studio that the Gladiator was shot, and they shot many, many, many movies there. It was beautiful. It was apart from the studios, the surroundings. It looked like it felt like you were in Mars. It was very, very, very unique. The 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 vast deserts where there was no one around. It was just desert. Mars completely. It was the same.
And tell us, Natalie, how long were you in Morocco for in that the destination filming the movie? Were you there 4 to 6 weeks?
Yeah, we were. I stayed there a whole month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And as a cast, did you get to spend a good lot of time bonding together in between work, in between sort of takes? Did you dine together, wine together in terms of that? Did you build
Yeah,
relationships?
we would hang out after we had a lot of night scenes, and because of the intensity and how you have to keep awake for so many hours during the night, we we never I mean, we never all went to bed right away. Sometimes we were exhausted, and sometimes you had built up all that energy and you had to take a moment before going to bed because you were too hyper. And there was a beautiful pool in the hotel. And at night, we would all hang out around the pool and have a little drink or have a little snack. Or the days we didn't have to work. Um, I mean, and if we didn't have to work the next day, we ended up staying there till dawn, really, because we would sometimes we started shooting would start at 10 or 11 or midnight, and we would finish at 6 or 7 in the morning, or 5 or 4. So it's like, okay, let's stay awake until breakfast. So we would like just chill around the pool, talk, laugh, have a drink, put some music on. I would always bring my music list, and sometimes, yes, we would stay up until the morning and have breakfast and then all go to bed. It was this film is entirely shot during the night, mostly, not entirely, but you'll see most of the scenes are night scenes. And yeah, our day was put on reverse. We would sleep during the day and work during the night.
Basically, you were vampires, dare I say?
Um, yeah, or little desert foxes. There are a lot of cute desert foxes out there, which
Okay.
were hanging out. Um, yeah, it was great though.
Yeah. And
It
Natalie,
was
what does
great.
it feel like to be involved in a production that is going to be shown worldwide, not only in the United States and Canada, but you can catch it in Ireland, England. Obviously, you're going to be able to catch it in your home country of Italy as well. To be involved in a project that has a universal sort of feel to it as an actress. Is it an exciting field? I know you probably have been in projects like that in the past that maybe have similar feelings and similar scenarios, but does this feel a bit different for
It's
you?
it's different because it's definitely the biggest film I've ever done, that goes worldwide. Um, I'm um, I'm very passionate about my role, Mary Magdalene. I think it's it's a very, very interesting and important role to play in in a sense of, having a career. It's very rare to play Mary Magdalene. Um, so it's an honor to be in the film, and I feel very, very blessed to have done such a film that talks about something more spiritual than usual. I'm a very spiritual person, so I hope people will be inspired.
Yeah. And Natalie, I know as well that you're based in Rome and Italy, and obviously you have different in terms of language abilities. You're bilingual, you can probably speak one or two languages, and have appeared in
Yeah.
other TV series and movies in terms of maybe where different languages where English wasn't a priority. How good is it for you to maybe show off your acting ability and acting skills in terms of an English speaking role and in terms of an English speaking movie?
It was um it was great. I was the only actress playing with a British accent, and it was interesting how the British actors had to change that around and make it more mid-Atlantic, not so British, not so American, but had I had the chance to show off my British accent. And I think that was fun. I love playing around with accents. I'm good at them. I've been having fun with accents since I was a little girl, imitating people, how they speak. I just love it. It's I don't know. It's something that I have as a natural kind of thing
Yeah.
to
The,
be able
the
to
Irish
imitate
the Irish
the
accent
Irish.
is the Irish accent is very different to the British one now. They're nowhere near alike.
It's very different.
Yeah,
I love it though. I love it. That's the first thing I told you. I love the Irish accent.
the Irish accent, yeah.
Irish.
Natalie, so for all our audience, for all our listeners, before we wrap it up, Nathalie Rapti Gomez, what's in store for everyone here in Ireland and the UK, but especially here in Ireland when they go out in a week's time to see The Last Supper, to see your role as Mary Magdalene, when they watch the movie, when they head to their cinemas, what's in store for them?
What's in store for them? I think it's an epic movie with a very passionate outtake. It's definitely a very emotional movie, as well as spiritual, and it will inspire. I think it will inspire.